In the deepest, darkest night, legends spoke of a warrior born from a fallen star. But no one, not even in their wildest prophecies, could have predicted the Skyfall. High above the colossal mountains, a blazing meteor streaked across the velvet sky, crashing with world-shaking force into the forest of Arclight. The ground trembled, and from the center of a massive crater, an otherworldly blue light pulsed. There, nestled in the scorched earth, lay a sword forged from pure stardust. A young, hooded warrior named Arrow, his eyes sharp and filled with a strange recognition, looked upon the scene. He whispered to the silent woods, "So, it's finally here." Arrow cautiously approached the glowing crater. A mystical blue mist swirled around him, carrying particles of light that danced in the air. As his fingers brushed against the hilt of the crystal sword, a blinding pulse of energy erupted, throwing him back. From the explosion, an immense astral beast materialized, wolf-woven from the constellations themselves, its eyes burning with celestial fire. It let out a roar that shook the very foundations of the forest. But Arrow wasn't afraid. A smirk played on his lips. "If you're the Guardian," he challenged, "then come at me." The battle began in an instant. Arrow dashed forward, a blue afterimage trailing behind him as the astral wolf leaped, its claws dripping with starfire. Trees exploded into splinters with every impact, shock waves ripping through the ancient woods. In a breathtaking display of agility, Arrow and the beast clashed. Their movements were a blur of light and shadow, culminating in a slow-motion impact as Arrow's blade met the wolf's celestial fury. He flipped midair, his movements precise and deadly, and with a final, elegant slash, he shattered the beast's mask. The wolf collapsed, its cosmic energy flowing directly into Arrow's sword, before it dissolved completely into a shimmering cloud of stardust. Far away, in the kingdom of Alteria, floating castles drifted amongst the clouds, connected by sky bridges and powered by magic. But this ethereal peace was shattered by the ringing of alarms. The city was in chaos. Inside the royal chamber, the stern-faced General Kale reported the news. "The Skyfall sword has awakened," he announced, his voice grim. "The war is coming." Queen Lyra, her expression unreadable, gave a single command: "Find the boy." Before they do, her words were a premonition. Unseen, perched on the rooftops, shadowy figures watched the city's panic. They were the Night Reavers, deadly assassins who wielded the power of shadow magic. Their leader, a menacing figure known only as Void, spoke with chilling certainty. "The Star Child will belong to us." Meanwhile, Arrow, unaware of the forces converging on him, walked through a bustling marketplace. Whispers of the star explosion filled the air, but he paid them no mind. Suddenly, the world went silent. Time seemed to freeze, as inky black shadows crept up the walls like liquid. From the darkness, Void materialized before him. "You carry the Skyfall blade," Void stated, his voice a low hiss. "Hand it over." Arrow gripped his sword. "You can try." The fight exploded with the speed and intensity of a hurricane. Void moved like a phantom, using shadow teleportation to strike from all angles, while Arrow countered with trails of blue starlight. The sheer force of their blows cracked the surrounding buildings. Arrow was kicked through a stone wall, but he recovered just as Void summoned a forest of deadly shadow spikes from the ground. Arrow spun his sword, creating a shield of stardust that deflected the attack in a brilliant explosion of light and darkness. Void simply laughed, his voice echoing in the sudden stillness. "You're not ready," and with that, he vanished into the shadows, leaving an injured Arrow to fall to one knee. Arrow awoke to the gentle scent of incense and the warmth of healing magic. He was in a hidden monastery, high in the mountains. A young monk named Mira was tending to his wounds, her hands glowing with a soft, golden light. "You wield the strongest blade in the world," she said softly. "But you have no control." Just then, the wise Master Orion entered the room. His gaze was ancient and piercing. "The sword chose you, boy," he declared. "Let's see why." Thus began Arrow's rigorous training. He learned to balance on the precipice of roaring waterfalls, to channel his energy by punching stone pillars until his knuckles bled, and to feel the flow of star energy through his very being. He trained day and night, the blade in his hands blazing with the light of constellations, with Mira often by his side. Master Orion's voice guided him. "Your destiny isn't to wield the blade," the Master explained. "It's to become one with the star that powers it." But their peaceful training was violently interrupted. The sky above the monastery suddenly turned black, and the entire mountain began to tremble. Void appeared at the monastery gates, an army of grotesque shadow beasts at his back. He smiled, a cruel, mocking expression on his face. "Training time is over." Master Orion stepped forward, his resolve as firm as the mountain itself. "Protect the boy," he commanded. The battle for the monastery was a storm of chaos and power. Arrow became a whirlwind of destruction, his glowing sword slicing through beast after beast. Mira erected golden barriers and unleashed bombs of pure light to hold back the tide. Above it all, Master Orion and Void engaged in a duel of gods, their clash shaking the heavens. Shadow tornadoes met starfire explosions as their weapons moved faster than lightning. But in a tragic moment, Void found an opening. His shadow spear pierced Master Orion's chest. "Master," Arrow screamed in horror. The old master looked at him, his life fading. "Your star must burn brighter." As Master Orion's last words echoed in his mind, something within Arrow snapped. His eyes began to glow with an intense, furious blue light. He floated into the air, the Skyfall blade spinning around him as a massive constellation circle formed in the dark sky. A torrent of cosmic energy enveloped him, and he was transformed. His hair turned white, his body was encased in blue cosmic armor, and brilliant wings of pure stardust unfurled from his back. He had entered Astral mode. Void's eyes widened in disbelief. Impossible. The final battle commenced. It was a high-speed aerial war between a being of starlight and a lord of shadows. Arrow created clones of himself from pure star blades, while Void summoned a colossal shadow dragon that breathed a darkness capable of vaporizing entire mountainsides. With a final, determined cry, Arrow charged forward at the speed of a meteor. He sliced through the dragon as if it were smoke, and in a final, climactic flash, he cut Void's mask in half. The leader of the Night Reavers collapsed, his form dissolving into nothingness. Exhausted but victorious, Arrow landed softly on the ground. As the sun rose, casting its warm golden light over the scarred mountains, Mira stood beside Arrow. "So, what now?" she asked, her voice filled with a mix of awe and concern. Arrow looked down at the Stardust sword in his hand, its blue light now calm and steady. "Void was just the beginning," he said, his gaze turning towards the horizon. "More Skyfall blades will awaken, and I'm going to find them." As he spoke, the camera pulled back, revealing a breathtaking sight. Across the vast continent, 5 more glowing meteors were streaking through the dawn sky, each one a new promise of power, a new threat, and a new destiny. A new legend has just begun. Thank you so much for watching. If you loved this anime story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next epic adventure. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen next. See you in the next video.